Give me some love, be my better half. I promise I will never let you down, my girl. Generate all the things, many things don't mean nothing. For as long as you got my heart, I am a jungle man, I will read this. Woman, you will need to quit it. Is I say yes, I take no, I take baby, let's take it slow. You are my number one girl. You took my heart, you are me, my part, you made me big, you made me big. Every time I come over, you made me big. But why? Yes, you touch me. But why? But you never ever take what I say. See, I need you. But you do what you do every day. Oh my God, it goes round and round and round and round and round. I love you so, I need you so, I never leave you so. Girl, I tell you this every day, every night. That I really feel you, I can't deny. Give us a chance, you and I, you and I, you and I. Give us a chance, you and I, you and I. You and I should live one in right on the inside. I should live one in right on the inside. I should live right on the inside. I should live right on the inside. I should just say the one that's in the inside. I should live one in the inside. It's gonna last so long. Time is not wait. Okay, man. Good morning, my people. How are you today? It's the Random Car Talk Thursday, and I wanted us to talk about cars of 10 million and below. There is a very big population still that wants to buy cars 10 million and below, and I thought I should discuss the types, the cars, the particular cars you can buy at 10 million and below, and what issues you should expect with these cars, so that tonyigiransi that rough for the yojiraba million munana mwenda kumi musanvu, depending on who is selling, the condition it's in, and why they are selling. If that car is in very good condition, it will definitely cost you about 8 to 10 million, regardless of the number plate. So that's what we're going to be talking about. But I hope you're doing well wherever you are. Mwebale kukira tusime Eddie Muyombia, Mark Hashim, Galasi Joshua, Mix Farm, JFK Arts, Movie Shots, Travel Live Vlog, Ben Kako, Rashid Jagen, and Mr. Sengendo, Abdul Tumuhimbise, Ivan, Aramat Photography, Chintu Mark, Louis Usama Hassan, George Senkubuge, Mukisa Robert, Lifestyle, Funny Lifestyle, Ondabye, Badeye, no. Nick Waboyi, Chamba de Hannington, Amachamba Lunji, Kamoka Godwin, Charles Sebaduka, Peter Mangeni Petero, and MK Dental Hub. Even you guys that are about Mukamori, I don't take you for granted. Thank you very much for choosing to keep it for the love of cars in the morning. Dorothy Nafuka, hi, how are you? What is today? You both the Mujida Bikaba and Abanano Mokazi Ngaba Sabazi. So we're going to be talking about the cars that will cost you 10 million or below, and what you should be expecting with those cars. So that's Tonyiga. Now, for starters, you need to have 2 million on the side. You need to have 2 million on the side. You might not use it all, but you need to have it on the side. You need to have million ibidi, and regardless, it doesn't matter what car you buy. Uganda, you need to have 2 million on the side. Just keep the 2 million on the side. Dumba Collins, man, or Prince Edward, good morning. You need to have 2 million on the side. You need to have 2 million on the side. In Chidamo, you need to have 2 million on the side, regardless of what car you're buying or where you're buying it from. You may not use that money all at once, but you will use it, regardless of where you buy the car from, regardless of which condition it's in. Because you might buy the car, it's in very good condition, still have 2 million on the side. You might not use the and the one thing I've discovered about us, the guys that are buying cars now, Chisambira Daniel Frederick VIP, good morning. Mr. Arthur Battery Yange, yeah, you know, because they said duty free.
No, me I buy kati batteries is a maintenance fee. I think that's what you meant. Si kyazigula. Si nungi. Bwefe farumu. Tepaso anagikolamu tepaso nze ngula za amazzi. You buy the water based battery. Brenda in Kamori. Brenda, good morning. Thank you for being in Kamori. So guys, regardless of where you're going to buy, the car have 2 million. And I've realized that most of you guys that buy cars, you drive cars that have issues, but you don't know that the issues actually exist. The sina murokaya mutuje nali mfuzi. Nesisanga mucha ina kola. Nenga yebwa abajivuga, they are very okay with their car. Which is why sometimes it's very hard for me to pick a car for someone or to help them buy a car. Especially if they come and ganti moroka jayagala, ayagala moroka nge nothing, totally nothing. It ends if someone hires me for inspection and in my consciousness, I realize that they want a car that has nothing to work on at all, we never buy a car. Titugura. Amaliriza tituguze lwachi because aba ina chanda zenze chenda ebisere ebisinga ekitasoboka until probably I talk to them and I make them see what I know. Okitegeera kati olabe ye moroka suspension yo that RAV for there suspension yo maso nfu shoko ya side ya driver nfu ne habu nfu ompira gwewese namo ogwo maso ogwa driver yetaga okola wheel balancing uno obukono obwemabega bufu okitegeera. Let me try to show you. Ogulaba omukono ompira gwa driver ogulabye naye yajivuga buli lunaku tayina buzibu era ajja kugamba nze moroka yange tayina buzibu nze nkola bukozi service n'envuga okitegeera naye nga okugigula okugijja ogenda gisaamu ekitone nnyo emitwalo nga 5 okugiyimiriza obulungi. You get what I'm saying? So majority of the cars, personally, every time I drive someone's car, I discover there's something. At least a pipida. Or she said, I think that at least, and some of you guys don't even change air cleaners. Move around and air cleaner and air clogging. I think today I should even change my air cleaners. What is some ways? Ochitegera. Firstborn, good morning. Wamala William, Lawrence Omule, Ronald Muchwa, Lucky Mose, Kasvile Mulistende. So we are talking about cars of 10 million. A Regius or Jiraba. That Regius there. Ya million inga 10 mu 12. Nene million mwendo sobolo jifuna. You remember we bought a Regius at 9 million some time ago. Ne 10 million mwendo sobolo jifuna. But the one of 9 million will have some work to do. Ira na yonga bwe nkugambye to have you should have 2 million on the side. Now, that CRV Honda Jiraba 5 million, 6 million. That's CRV Honda. 5 million, 6 million. Now, the problem with the Hondas is that the suspension repairs are too expensive. Repairing the suspension for a CRV Honda or for any Honda is too expensive. Actually, more expensive than even Suzuki's. Tuja, Spacio old model. Raum old model, I discourage it, but you guys buy it anyway. C200 Mercedes-Benz katwalaba that RAV for kayimiridde okalaba ako kayimiridde kali million 10 ekitone nnyo upwards of 10 million. I think a number kali ku UAM 10 to 13 million there. Ayo Pajero GDI kamuleka yingire. That's a Pajero GDI UX million nga 7. You already kubana amafuta amakalu obwo bwe bulwadde bwazo Pajero GDI etuuka nga amafuta gaayo tekyago kyo already gakuba ekuba amafuta amakalu. If you're living near your workplace, you'll not even feel the fuel consumption of that car. Okitegeera amala kugirinnyako nyo n'okogalaba nti ekuba amafuta amakalu. Which other car? You can get a Subaru like, but as long as you want a car that looks perfect, don't look at cars of 10 million and below. You can get a car that is like 6 million that is perfect, moves perfectly, but it's not perfect. Like it moves. But oyagala ogituma negenda netuuka ate nekomawo. Okitegeera, right? But pajere bamafuta makalu. That Vista ogirabye. Your Vista tuiseeko 10 million and below you can get. But there are two versions. There is one that has a 3S engine. The 3S engine is the one that is in the Ipsum, Nua, Gaia, and there is one with the Jibaita 1ZZ. I think the one in the Primo new model. Yeah. So, but depending on which one you buy, the prices. The one of 3S you can even get at 6 million. But you can get at 6 million because no one wants the one with the 3S engine. You can get a Harrier old model 3000 cc at 10 million and below, and if you're lucky you can even get one of 2.2 liters. You can get X-Trails ezo nyingi. You can get Chibinas, Chikumis, you can get G-Tourings, Caribous, Caldinas, you can get Mark II Musota, and sometimes you can also get a Mark II Grand. You can even get a Mark X, where you can even get a you can also get that Kanua there at 10 million or below. Okay, but now every time I speak of a car and tell you that you can get it at 10 million and below, and you say, "Hey, are you sure?" Yes, you can get it, but the repairs that come with it will equal to the value of a car that you would have bought in the price range you're expecting. However, even the car in the price range you're expecting will take 2 million in repairs. Because I know. And some of that money, if you're the patient type, you might not even spend it. No, you have not spent that money. But the balance you did not spend, the person that buys that car from you will spend it. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So, and let me see which other car there. Actually, I need to know what 2004 I already for 10 million and I don't know twice a million mukagezo no one is in against was just again. Mikel UG Pro Mac and Sedeco Starch, good morning. Progress, Brevis, what look at parking. I'm trying to see which other car we can buy at 10 million or below, but when I see one, I'm definitely going to see them. So now, what are the issues that normally come with these cars? It's very hard for you to buy a car that costs you 10 million and below and you find air conditioning working. Okay, I think I'm pushing you too hard. Cars of 10 million will 95% of the time not have air conditioning. Which is why wosango omuntu nga athanga ina Mark II ye musotange ekola SC abaje yagaliramu. It's very hard to find them. You get what? And you will want, like, there is a guy some time ago bought a RAV4 at 7 million or 7.5 over 9 million. I don't remember. I did not inspect that car, but he came with someone that I inspected for, and afterwards he went back and bought a RAV4. And then after after 3 weeks, he calls me and says, "Arthur, I bought this car. It doesn't work AC. It has a lot of things to repair." And I asked him, "The car you bought is which version?" And it's the car he bought was a UK version. UK version cars, especially the old ones, did not come with air conditioning. You get that's the reason why you guys pay for inspection, for you to be able to know things that you would not know while you're buying. The UK versions did not come with air conditioning. Anybody that buys a RAV4 that is a UK version will tell you. Almost SUVs that have UK version, they don't come with air conditioning. Nega yakuba yomba. Nemuka ne molka jo yombera season na inspecting no inspecting. Wagena no ogula bibyo. Ochitegera. Yeah, so air conditioning will not be there. So majority of the time, if you buy a car of 10 million and below, tekuli mipira. Which is why when you find someone, ga ine moroka yenga atha Mark II Musota ya atha ngene pire nanga jonna mipia na ne spare tire mweri nga nayo mpia ye yagala. Emipira joka ku moroka zenna kusino, most tires will cost you between 700,000 to 1.2 million shillings. Because like the cheap tires will probably cost you 170k. Yeah, 170k. And 170 will probably be about 700,000. You get. And then as the car gets bigger, then you can buy 230. And of course, if the car comes with tires that are like special, like the ones on my Ractis, you'll end up buying the tires at 350 each. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Guys, double tap the broadcast. You guys are 53. I need at least 45 likes for us to continue. Double tap the screen. Give us likes, guys. Give us likes. It's good for the algorithm. It's good for the algorithm. Double tap, guys. Let's get more likes. Double tap. Let's get the likes, guys. Like the broadcast. You get to get a muscle. Let's like the broadcast first. Double tap the screen. We need 45 likes before we continue with the broadcast. Double tap. Double tap before we continue, guys. We need at least 45 likes for us to continue with the broadcast properly. If you have not yet double tapped the screen, double tap and like. If you double tapped already, don't double tap again. You might unlike. Double tap a little more, guys. We need 4 more likes for us to continue. 4 more likes. Like a little more, we continue. Gosh, she gave me one of everything. She gave me one, you know. Yeah. Okay, man. Yes, guys. So we are talking about cars of 10 million and below, and the issues you should be expecting with them. Billy Crown, after double tapping several times, doesn't remove the likes. Oh, okay. John's info, Jonathan Semwanga, Billy Crown, Pro Mac, Travel Live Vlog. After, can't I put AC when I buy a car without AC? Now, guys, the downside with buying a car with the AC Takora, obanga talimu and you want to put is that it's very expensive. AC parts are too expensive. And when AC is not working in a car, you don't know exactly what is wrong. So you're going to be in experimentation. The first time you call the AC guy, he will put gas and see if there is a leakage on the pipes. Now, when he sees that there's a leakage on the pipes, he will make you buy pipes. You'll buy pipes. Then you put gas again. Now, every time you put gas, you're paying a minimum of 60K plus his labor. And then he will tell you drive. Then the gas, if it doesn't go out, then you won't. I will spend them to asatumu. Then, senga ka fridge kabakafu, akonako inakagura kabere no munda. Kata nikida mitwaro abiri mwetano. The fridge. They call it a fridge. Then, if the compressor is also bad, if the compressor pump, what work atimba masao, bwekaba kabi nako inokagura. Ne pump na yo inokujigura. You get? So basically, buying a car that doesn't have functioning AC, you may even spend 3 million. That's why if you're the kind of person that likes air conditioning, at least once in a while, probably when you're driving on a dusty road, you should buy a car that has functioning AC. Otherwise, ogenda kuchawa abantu. Tandiko gamba basajja ba AC babbi and all that. Atenga si babbi. He does what he knows. My boss bought a Harrier 2.4 liters old model at 20 million, but every time lock failure for all the doors. Okay. How do you go and buy a Harrier old model at 20 million? You get? I don't know how people make these decisions, but a Harrier old model at 20 million is a bad buy regardless of the condition. Because we all know at 25 you can get a Kawundo. Neweberanga ku UBA or ku UAZ, but still it should be better than the Harrier old model. It will be a better buy. So we have talked about tires. Majority of the time the tires will not be there. These other basic things like the jacks, the spare spanner, majority of the time they will not be there. And with a car of 10 million, the person will just tell you, njabi kugulira. Orumare maybe kugulira, orumu center as kuwe, but the needs of the car will be bigger than that. Let's go on. The suspension system of the car, majority of the time, will have issues. Either you'll have to buy 2 shocks or probably all 4. Yeah. But the shocks of cars of 10 million and below normally are cheap. Majority of the time, you'll find that you'll buy a pair of shocks not more than 200K. But most of the time, it will probably cost you 150, so 300,000 is again shock absorbers. Then you'll want to work on the suspension one, say you kuchusa bushes, kunyiga mbukono, kunyiga ball joints, that will cost you about 200 to 300,000 shillings. Suspension system alone. Now, these cars normally have a few leakages. Now, majority of the leakages that you'll find in these cars are leakages that are very cheap to repair, but very costly in terms of time. Look at me as I say this. There are leakages that will be in your car or in any car that are very cheap to repair in terms of money, but very expensive in terms of time. Now, these are leakages that any, I would say, inexperienced person will tell you are very bad, don't buy this car. But these are leakages that will cost you, let's say, about 100K. Now, the time it will take to repair those leakages is hard. For example, there are seals that are between the gearbox and the engine. Those seals cost about 10K, 20K. But putting the seals there, the engine and the gearbox have to be on the ground. And that's a very, like for cars like Volvo, like Volkswagen, that's where they charge you about $1 million shillings to repair, to replace a seal. Because the process of replacing a seal takes a lot of work. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So there will be leakages on the car. That's why it's important for tuba tugule moroka enkadde kati tujitwala kulunya ne tujikebenda dale evuze ko kukolya wano. The cars in the bond you cannot drive, which is why even when you're buying a car from the bond, you don't buy from just anywhere. Like we bought a Kaundo yesterday. You remember the Kaundo I told you about that was special. And when we bought the car, because you cannot drive their car, you drive it after you have paid. The driving shafts were faulty. So they are changing the drive shafts for us and the shock absorbers, the entire system, they are doing it. You get it? That's why if you buy from a place that doesn't give you such guarantees on bats, I will read them out. And normally I see like someone buys a car from the bond, and then immediately after buying a car from the bond, then they have to change shocks and all that. But once you did showroom, then they can actually change all those things. So but they are changing 4 shocks, they are changing driving shafts. I'm skeptical about the shocks. I'm thinking it was just the shafts, but then banabana bagizako kubba muyindi bamugamba ne shocks zonna zeetaaga okukyusa and all that, kati yaguze shock nya, but I know they're not going to change them. Shocks zirwawo okufa shocks. Then there are types of shocks that you cannot see physically nti enfue emala kona because these are hydraulic za mukka, so kati teziyiika nga shocks ezimu nti zinayiika n'ozitegeera. So the suspension will cost, and the cars of 10 million, some cars have body damages that you can never fully repair, and then some of them are dirty. You'll need to put in a lot of money, probably 100 or 150,000. They have to like hoover it or vacuum it, but the teaching echinuna mazimite cho ochegera ne carpet bagikole chechimu. And of course those very old cars, you need to actually take everything out of gemune dagara, because some people put juju in there, so you need to remove the juju. So you take it to a place, a washing bay, where you know they can, like, where you trust that they are clean enough. But jemwe mitu bajemwe chiwempe, you give them a week. Babijemu babyoze eddagala lyonna lina wirali badde dogodogo lyonna balijjemu balikasuka ebweru bamale bazeemu ekiwempe bulungi bakisibemu bazeemu emitojo, then you come to a clean car. But if you're going to buy a car and drive it nga esi takola, banange sigenda zikiza kajamu nga kanji. Bulamu bwa kiseera katugende mu ka esi nyongeze nako. So I think I need to change my cabin air filter. So, but if you're going to drive a car Vuga SC, then you'll definitely need to clean the entire car properly, everything and nyonjo, so that then when you drive your SC, you feel like it's worth something. There's nothing that is as nice as knowing that your car is super clean. Kati nga nebole kamu SC ochimanyite monoka eri clean kakati no kamba buli wano buli omwenda bilwa muziri bwa. I think ababbi balaka banji wano, at least the cars that are new. Wandaba waka unenda bilwa mu ya drive eri halfway, like quarter way down, nenze bwa to babbe simu yange, and I use Volvo is up, Land Cruiser is up, Primo old model is up. The other Kauno is also up. Yeah. So basically, it's only the Subaru guy that has his windows. There is a Vanguard behind me that windows up. Yeah. So basically, when I tell you that you need to have a katuma on the side, you might not use it all. Then zinemoro kazini inkade is a million kumi kukawansi. Some of them you're going to buy that car nga ogena jigura. You need to go and do wheel alignment after working on the suspension, wheel alignment, wheel balancing, and sometimes you'll buy rims, because some of those rims are very bad. Nambi, if you say the mojagura rim, that's why you find that if you buy an old car, oyinza okwesanga ogenda kukyusa otekeko ordinary rims as a steel, because zezara isi buli rim ya mitwalo 5 mukaga. So ngate the sport rims, every rim will cost you 200,000 or 300,000 shillings to buy. Atengo inagura nya siliko ziri, because inagura nya because we bwebe fu togenda funa design ejifanana anywhere else, so you need to buy for rims. So ngate the ordinary rims, bwebe moroke badeko ordinary rims, you just buy the ones that are faulty. Osegira atenda ne bwezibanga nyazo no inozigula balinga abatadde banda babubi batadde obo inagula nyeje emitwalo nga 3, so ngate wali wetaga 1.2 million shillings or 1 million to buy the rims. These old cars, just take them to Bam Car Care. He will wash it and make it look clean. After any combination for a mechanic on my project, I'm looking for a dead engine Land Rover LR4 and swap the drivetrain. Why do you want to swap the drivetrain? You're going to have a lot of trouble. Why don't you leave the original Land Rover parts? That's the reason why you're buying a Land Rover after all, not so? If you're buying a Land Rover to buy a Land Rover to drive a Land Rover, then don't switch things. If you buy a Pajero for the sake of buying a Pajero, if you buy a Pajero because you want to drive a Pajero, then buy a Pajero and drive a Pajero. I don't know if you guys, if you want a Surf, buy a Surf. For me, I've realized that every time you switch up things in a car, like you buy a Mercedes Benz and you want, then you put Toyota things. Like you see that Pajero in front of us. If you buy a Pajero, no bango chimanyi nti oguze Pajero, n'ogiyisanga Pajero, you will have no trouble. But if you buy a Pajero, ate no yagala ogiyisenga Toyota, chances are high that you're going to get trouble. Okitegeera, because a Pajero is a Pajero. Like those Pajeros, give it the right fuel. Tonywa mafuta futa. Don't go buying fuel simply because you're saving 100 shillings. 100 shillings is nothing. It's in your full tank, but 100 shillings doesn't do anything. 100 shillings does nothing. Ogenda okulaba onyede full tank nga no 10 kyoyagala okusavinga kikola ennusu 25,000 oba 30,000. Noga kati mbadde enfaaki. Okitegeera. Arthur, you're right about the AC. Repair costs can run you crazy, and they never know the actual. They never know the actual problem. And also, guys, if you're going to buy a car and you have 10 million, please don't struggle to buy a car that should be costing 15 million at 10. Chorwana na mbera. If you have 10 million, buy a car that should be costing 10 million. You see the gentleman I told you about that is trying to buy a RAV4 at 8 million. RAV4s right now will cost you 10 million, minimum 9 million. But he's struggling to buy a RAV4 at 8 million. You're going to lose money. It's going to cost you a lot to keep on there. Okay, just to keep running, it will cost you a lot. Don't struggle. Olokuba togende ku milioni 10. Tolwana kwagala kugula mmotoka milioni 10 ogigule 8. Tolwana kwagala kugula mmotoka milioni 15 ogigule 10. Let's buy the cars of 10 million at 10 million. That's why normally when you call me to say Arthur njagala kola inspection ngenda gule no mmotoka, then I ask you what's your budget. And then normally if your budget is below what I expect, then I tell you, but you cannot get that car at that amount. Ontegei, right? You cannot get that car at that amount. Because I know, and majority of the time when I tell people this thing, I reach the cars and they are bad. Then the thing I tell you is, let me pick the best out of these ones and you take that one. And then I tell you, but I don't want you to say Arthur Yanno Ndira. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Because then you want to pass the blame on to me. Nenga ate gwa yagala okugule moroka costing more at a less price. Like this gentleman yagala okugula for at 8 million. I told him specifically, you may not get it. Na pereza he sent me another car for ngamba bangambe kaliyo mu kisenyi jagamba manyiyo jibatemere motoka. You know omuntu kwagala ogule motoka mu kifo jibatema nga waliyo scrap vehicles nenga yagala gula yo motoka. I told him eye motoka jengendo okoma ko kutunula because we have been in the market, we know the cars of 8 million, but you don't want them, you want a different car. I told him that's the last car I look at. If not, get a car that you trust is in good condition and then call me. You get, because a Moroka Najirabye, it's on Gigi. It's the one I used in the broadcast, by the way, yesterday's broadcast. And I told him that's the last car I'm looking at. The reason why now I tell you people that are buying cars of 8 million to get your options so that I come look at them, it's because when you come and you expect to buy a car of 12 million at 8, then you're giving me trouble. Then I end up having to do that too for you, because tofuna moroka ate nontunyanganza aliko obuzibu nti Arthur you did not help me get a car. Ochitegeera. Nenga ate, I don't have a problem. I did what you hired me to do. Ochitegeera. I did what you hired me to do, which was help you inspect. There is a time I went with a lady. No. We were shooting. We were actually shooting. I don't know why I forget that. And the situation was like the chick wants a kaundo at 13 million shillings. You guys will see it when it comes out. Once a kaundo of 13. We all know you cannot get a kaundo at 13, right? And then the lady says, inspection, you get. So I don't want you to blame me when you don't get a car of 8 million, a particular car you want at 8 million. So you get your options, you call me, I inspect. Actually, sometimes I will not be posting the cars that we bought if they are bad. If I know they are bad, even when I said buy this one. So try as much as possible to avoid the temptation of buying a car that should be costing you 15 at 10. Eventually, they are not a mistake. You see, for the people that have bought land, titled land, when you go to transfer your land to your names, the guys in the land office, they know the value of the land in your area. For them, they will charge tax that is according to the value of the land in that area. You get what I'm saying? Even the taxes for cars, for imported cars, URA will tax you the same. They have a rate. That's the reason why the Auris is very expensive when it's actually a very small car. The tax for the Auris is actually high. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So you need to know the value of the car. Let me show you, for example, that Primo that is entering, that one. That's a Primo on UBG. That Primo should not be costing you more. That Primo should not be costing you more than 20 million shillings if you really must buy it. But ideally, it should cost you about 17 to 18 million. That one. But it doesn't cost 17 to 18 because you people like them so much. So you'll find someone buying that Primo at 22 million. Nenga, the Primo 2008 will cost them about 26 million. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying. So there is a value that comes with the car, and then there is a value that you have in your mind. You get? So don't buy a car that should be costing you 10 at 12, but again, don't buy a car that should be costing you 12 at 10. Ye value ye modoka yeri mukatali. Ye emodoka yo weba nungi zezo sente ze costinga. Other than that, if you buy it cheaper, chances are high that you're going to struggle with that car. Which is why normally I've been telling you guys, the people that have 7 million, 6 million, you don't be there having 6 million looking for a Mark II Musota. You're going to struggle. 6 million. You want a Nadia. 6 million. Bunjagala Alex. 6 million. Njagala Corolla ngeya Arthur Namuka. Dende bweba mu mbeera mbi ng'etambulanga namu, it will cost you more. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Kati ekyo kinuwo kiraba kiri ku UB each a million nga 18. Ate nga old model, kati ate nga the new one, the 2008, the Valvematic one or the dual VVTi one, they will cost you 25. Kati awo sente zo ziba zikusala ku kaspasi yako okalaba kali ku UAP kali million 12, whether you like it or not. Wekitegeera, that's the value of that car. Now there are people that might, that's why I was telling you guys, if you're buying a car of 10 million and below, first of all, before you go out to the market to talk to brokers, talk to your family members. Do you know anyone that is driving a car that you think they might want to sell and it works for you? Talk to them. Then if your family members, no one is selling their car, talk to your friends. Yeah. If your friends, no one is selling their car, talk to your workmates. If your workmates, none of them is selling, then ask them if they know anyone that might be selling their car. That's the best way to buy a car of 10 million and below, and it's still good. Actually, even if you wanted to buy whichever car at less than the market value or less than the market price, talk to your friends and their friends and their friends and see if there is anyone that is selling that car that you're interested in. That's the best way to get a car at less than what other people are buying it. That's how you can get a car that ideally should be costing you 18 at 15. You get. I think I shared the story of the gentleman who bought a Wish at 14.9. Every time I talked about a Wish of 50 million being guaranteed to being bad, this guy would call me or WhatsApp me and say, and I'll tell him, but you bought this car from a friend of yours. You get, like, the thing you buy from someone you know will not be the same that like a person that buys from traders or from someone that they don't know. So it's like now started being upon me to try and convince this guy that his car is not good because all the other cars at 15 are good. Like, you bought this car from someone you know, they are in Rotary Club, they're in the same Rotary like division, and this lady was selling the car to a full tank and a SR at 14.9. at UBC. It did not look very good because it looked the exterior did not look good, the interior did not look very good, but the rest of the things checked out. Right? And for him, he was surprised that I was still telling people you cannot get a good Wish at 15. It's true, you cannot get a good Wish at 15 unless you buy it from someone who knows you and you know them. So cars of 10 million kandabe oba wano waliwo mu parking ya fete muli no motoka milioni 10 yiyo Caldina, CRV Honda, milioni 10 and below zezo no waliwo wano Volkswagen Beetle, Volkswagen Beetle zezo mokazo kamoroka ze milioni 10 and below. Endala zonna zisukkamu ate nga nonkadde wakati waliwo kano ka Allion kali ku USZ naye sebo bagambe kanoonye mu milioni 12. That's when you will know that nobody can stop reggae. Kimusota kyange kinyirira bannange. Kimusota kyange kinyirira. So anyway, guys, let's conclude this broadcast. I had a very good sleep, by the way. I had a very good sleep and I feel more alive. I think I need to like have those good sleeps, like 4 of them, for the fatigue to totally go away. I won't be understand. What the comments do we have here is over Eric Chisitu Maximian, Atujuka Deacon, Semanda Raymond, Musime King Job, Felix Mani, Billy Crown, Arthur Primosi Raite Wajiguzani 27. The answer with Ngojikula 27. Ubatomanyi byogura bannange. Mandoi Michael, Francis NBA. What you're saying is true, because me too, I bought my Ronex from a friend of mine, UBF at 18 million in perfect condition. Exactly. So abagendo gure moroka, before you actually start calling brokers, first talk to your family and friends. After being a random Thursday, allow me to ask this. You mentioned in one of your TikTok videos that Subaru Zitan is a Kola. Abantu emikolo. Elaborate, because I intend to get one. Subaru, most of the people that are buying Subarus right now from the bond are buying the latest models, right? Now, latest models come with problems that mechanics here have not yet understood, or problems that they have not yet experienced. Now, if a mechanic has not yet experienced certain problems, chances are high that you take problems to them and they will not know what to do for them. So that's the issue. Like the Impreza, we took it to like the 2 biggest Subaru garages in Kampala. I am telling you, I cannot even mention because brand is, but these are the guys that call themselves Subaru distributors, Subaru like authorized dealers. They failed to work on the ABS issue. kati balyabuliza consultation. So that's the thing that is happening with Subarus, and that's something I've never seen with the Toyota tegana abana bamanya ekyo zikolera. So that's why I was saying in my TikTok video that Subaru is literally replacing Mercedes-Benz with in terms of difficulty of maintenance. Like that Subaru, the Muyindi was willing to pay the cost of repairs, but so that's the problem you're going to find with your Subaru. Because they drive Subarus like they are performance cars. But most of the Subarus that you guys are buying from the bond are not performance cars. They are ordinary cars. Or inavuga Subaru Impreza ngabo yavuga Ractis. Or chimusota change chinyirira. I'm going to drive it tomorrow for the evening thing here, the evening broadcast that we have. Muhumuza Raymond, what would be the price of a good Ractis 2012 model? You need to go to the bond. I've not inspected it, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure of the price. Tiguan versus Subaru Forester. Obviously, buy a Subaru. Like Abisha, you cannot compare the Volkswagen to Subaru. Unless if you have your money, you can buy the Tiguan. Chimusotachi indekere kibu jobu ndeka. Jobu manya nabadde mukono obusuubuzi. Nabadde mukono obusuubuzi obutonotono. Nachikuza kumuzungu agenda ava Kampala you said that yagaddewo. Nange nenchiteekaawo. Kabampa bamaze okukafuuwa. Kati awo neyagala bweyagazi. Njakivuganga mu lunaku lumu mu wiiki. Kweyagala mpozi ne mama bandu avuze moroka yeno nga atambuddemu kuba kati eno mu kafuta. This one is very favorable for a family that is like mine. Kati kiri kiba kyakuvuga mu lunaku lumu kyakujogamu n'ogenda mu express n'ojogamu kuba Subaru n'obayitamu. Kati nkiguza nkitunda. Oli bw'aba alina sente zange zenjagala ate nga kyekiŋŋaana. Nze nkikola bikozi bizungu byange kibeere waawo. Nange neyagala nga yaga project kayo kibeera waawo kyakweyagala bweyagazi mbere ne moroka ey'okubiri. As in Musota is nearby there. Yes, but I won't show you, Charles. I know what you're going to tell me. I won't show you. It's here. Kate mulindeko digital number plate zijenge kitekako digital number plate nchi. Ngate mutegera nti kyali kyatambula ke Kampala. What's the market price of a parcel setter UBP UBR used? It depends on who is selling and why they are selling. Most of these cars, by the way, depends on who is selling and why they are selling. If they are a trader, it will definitely cost almost as much as a new one. Yeah. Let me see. So guys, as I conclude today's broadcast, one thing you need to understand about cars of 10 million and below, and literally all cars, they will have things for you to work on. But the cars of 10 million and below are guaranteed to have things for you to work on. It's a guarantee. 10 million and below, you are guaranteed to have things to repair in that car. And those things to repair will majority of the time, over time, talking a big bikora murundi gumu. Because a moroke badde tambula. Toja bikora murundi gumu. Maye oyizo bikora as time goes on. Ochitegere, kuba nange tola musota yange nti nasuubuddemu. Naye nange nyina bye nakoze kati nga boda nakoze ka bumper ako. Ochitegere kati njagala njitwale wali kuba siyina budde. Like the entire weekend is too busy. I would wash that car, I would vacuum it, naye ngenda gitwala wali baji vacuuming, bajoze, bajizigule. Ochitegera kuba njagala to my standard. Then kati awonze wena atandikira. Ochitegera. But one thing that you need to understand is that cars of 10 million and guys, bobo ina sente ntono. Kuba ne mu bondi yenyini tetweronderayo. Ne mu bondi teweronda. Ne mu bondi you look at the cars within your price. Oga nyina million asatu ziliwe za asatu ne bakulageza asatu. Ate togamba nti nyina million asatu njagala Vanguard. Ochitegera. After you have really taught us a lot, and for us to reduce expectations when buying cars, we sometimes think bond cars are Kavera. They are not. They are not. The reason why you don't buy from just anywhere is because of things like guarantees. But the only thing that you need to have is that cars of 10 million and below zeziriwa nomanya nti Musota nti Grandi nti Makex nti naye no era nomanya nti bwe mba nyina million 10 and below sina kweronda namba nti simanya UAA munkadde nnyo njagala nga UAV ebyawa ne million zo 10. You get what I'm saying? With 10 million, you're actually people of 10 million and below. You guys should be buying cars that are moving and won't disturb you. You get what I'm saying? You should be buying cars that are moving. If you go below 8 million, then you should be buying a car that can move. That if it fails, you repair and it moves until you put it in a condition where it doesn't fail at all. You get what I'm saying? Abagula million 10 kuka wansi. You should be looking at a car in your budget that can move. Otherwise, budget kulaga moroka nga it's in your budget naye nga tejja kutambula. Because it's like you saying, I want to buy a super custom at 10 million. Nije ziri. Ero jja kuzifuna. Naye bizibu ki ebijja nazo. It's like people that want to buy chigeges at 13 million. They are there. 15, 13. Even at 10 million, you can get a chigege. But what trouble comes with that chigege? First things, the gearbox will be faulty, the engine will be faulty, it will have police receipts of like 20 million. The body will be, the frame will all be damaged. So there are a lot of things that can come with that chigege of 15 million. Nenga gwe muri, you're satisfied, you're happy that you got a chigege of 15. Asa yadi agamba bichim chigege asa. Tunajifunye. Oigura chigege ya 15 million, you pay police receipt of 20 million, then that's already 35. Then you work on the engine, 2.5. That's 37.5. The gearbox. Osegera, in your budget. But the repairs that came with it are something else. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So normally, that's why I want to have a conversation with you before you actually say, I've shared the story of someone with whom we bought a Romeo in the certain bone. And I was even surprised. Like I said, you know what? You just buy it because it wasn't good. But then I told him buy it because we cannot get another one on UBP at that money. You know, we ended up buying a UBM, which was actually more expensive than the UBP, but it was in better condition than the UBP. Osea, there are cars that offer nunji nyonge romuntu omugamba maraga gula kubanga bobono nya chidina namba mpya toina ogenda kuchijja mwezo senti wabula bobono nya chiri mu mbeera nunji chijja kukostinga more and all that. Arthur is acquiring a new number plate UA for all plates possible yet, or they are still working. You won't be able. We will probably get those new number plates. Fabe Moroccan can just find new number plates in like 4 years. With the way they are slow, those people are too slow. Arthur, subula PPF Kavera for cash that keeps their colors clean. Okay, I have no idea what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about. Tell me more. Guys, Kamba Siwele, tell me more. To see me Eddie Muyombia Mark Hashim. Abari Mukamori, I don't take it for granted. Mujugre pre-purchase inspection in Zikoda. I come with a mechanic. Together we make sure that you get the best deal out of your purchase. You pay a small fee, 450,000. That money covers a full day of inspection in the Kampala Central Business District. The moment you go out of the Kampala Central Business District, you buy extra fuel. It covers 1 day. And because 1 day sometimes is not enough, especially for people that have very high expectations, that's why I'm limiting which cars I inspect and which cars I don't inspect. Like the people of saying I'm buying a car of 6.5, nkugambirawo eyo sijja jikebera okunyango ina options zo zenkomako si kujja nkebere ate ogambe kati ata tusobola kulaba yonda tetujja kulaba yondala ogenda kummenya. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Yesterday I was talking to my sister-in-law. My sister-in-law wants to buy a car, and she really needs to buy a car. And so we moved around. We have been like in the market for the past like 2 weeks. And eventually, yesterday, as we went to see the Kawondo, she saw some new cars in the bond. And then we went again and looked at some old cars. And by the end of the day, I told her, you know what we should do? I think you should collect more money to get a bond at least, but bond. Because I realized what she wanted versus what she could get with the money she has right now. And I don't know if she has considered it, but I think it would be the best option. Like instead of buying an old Kawondo, you would rather buy a new Vitz. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying. So that's something we're going to keep discussing and all. Atekati, she sits in the sister's new car. Katagule nkadde muganda wavuge moroka mpya okitegeera. So sometimes expectations, sagala new expectations kusumbuwe. And I totally understand some of you guys collect your money for a very long time. Like you find someone collecting 10 million for 4 years. Because there's no way you're telling them that they have collected. Like the time you started collecting the 10 million, the raffle of 10 million was almost new. But it's 4 years in. Things have changed. Like by the time you started collecting money, ngogamba nonya million 10 njagala gula Primo new model. Primo new model would have gotten a 10. But now it's different. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. The Mark II Musotas that we used to buy at 4 million now are 9 million. The RAV4s we used to buy at 5 million now are 10 million. You guys, there is a person that wants to sell me an the Mitsubishi L200 at 8 million. Right now, bazukuwe million L200 nekubula. You get what I'm saying? But yade ajinguza 8 million ngempira jonna mpya nga body mpya frame mpya nga kwegamba nga nungi ningano okujigura. But had I bought it, nebana badanje tele sepaka kati najitunze million ekitunyo 15. You get what I'm saying? So, and for the guys that have their cars now, nebwebe kusumbu yechi to papa. Let me tell you guys, nze muna barwachi si papa nga ntunde moroka zangi. The amount I want to sell the car now, I will even sell it in 2 years. Probably even more. So to papa, the issue with you guys when you're selling your cars is that muba mupapa, mwanguwa, uzagala sente mangu manzagala, I want the money in 2 weeks. And money, moroka tebazi tunda batyo. Obera na yono ojituna koti. Oyinza nokwekuba nogamba si kyatunze. You can imagine what happened with my Corolla. Nitukane ngamba na kakati muto wanga atamuzerigera. Right now the car is helping me. When I am busy, he goes and picks my kids. Ochitegira. Naje nemganga kuya mafuta gameka nanga athabire ketompa. You get? But had I sold that car, I would not have that one here now. Ochitegira. Kati musota yange weri. Mamba abadi wanayagala okutambula ku weekend ne moroka ye and database na dropping out nagenda makuboge nange bwe mara byenkola nevuga musota yange nengende eka neina avuga nansanga. You get what I'm saying? So things like that. Top papa anyone that has a car, if you want to sell your car at 8 million now and people are giving you 6 million, drive that car for an extra year, you'll sell it 8 million. I'm guaranteeing you. Okujango jononye, we keep it in good condition. Right now you want to sell 8 million, you might even sell it 9 next year. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Temu papa. That's the thing with cars. Bwezi wezibera. Tezigwa bei okujja kongo jononye bo jonone gwe bei naye bota jonona erinnya bulinnya because the money Ugandan money loses value every year. The more value that is lost, the more value your car gains. Hashim Galasi Joshua Mix from JK Arts Movie Shots Travel Live Vlog Ben Kako Rashid Jagena Mr. Singendo Abdul tumuhimbise Ivan Aramat Photography Chintu Mark Louis Usama Hassan George Senkubuge Mukisa Robert Funny Lifestyle Nico Abuyi Chambade Hannington Kamukama Godwin Charles Sebaduka Peter Mangini Petero MK Dental Hub Clinic Dorothy Nafuka Mano Dumba Collins Prince Edward Chisambira Daniel Frederick Charles Sebaduka Nkumaze Brenda Ali Mukamori Ronald Muchwa Lawrence Omule Wamala Williams Firstborn Lucky Mose Proma Creations Michael Eugene Sereko Starch Asiku Keith Asiku Patrick Chintu Mark Billy Crown Sereko Starch Ronald Muchwa David Chito Clergy Travel Live Vlog Proma Creations Jonathan Semuanga Zach Bariesima Seru Victor Isoba Ivan Kasenya Yasin Eric Chisitu Maximian Tujuka Dickens Samanda Raymond Musime Kim Job Felix Mani Billy Crown Madoi Michael Derek Lule Peter Chambade Harrison Muhindo Muhumuza Raymond Abishai Kiplangat Juma Ali, Charles Abuzizambu, Musomo Sota is your luxury. Yes, it's my luxury. At the level where I am. Olina okumanya level oli. Kati ku level wendi, my musota is my luxury. Okitegeera, ku level wendi, kati nawe olina okuweebeza ku level oli, what is your luxury? Juma Ali, Ayebare Balamoy. Arthur is acquiring it, okay. Rashida Farm Security. Stephen Omuria. Majuala Julius. Joseph Kabunga. Chairman Zach. Campi Lydia. Guys, I don't take it for granted. Emirimu gya inspection mugirete. Mumpe emitwala na mwetaana ago. Bakeberereko. Mpozi ne tracker nzitunda 350 and 450,000. Alarms za mitwala 2 mugumu. Radio Sidina. Guys, thank you very much for being part of the broadcast. I wish you a very lovely day. Tomorrow, Friday, we'll do a morning broadcast. We'll also do an evening broadcast at 9:30. Hey, I need to buy my first car, but I don't even know where to start. Never raised that much money, but weeding. You just raise the money and then you figure out which cars are in this price range. Guys, I wish you a very lovely Thursday. May the good Lord bless you. Ciao.